What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here. So I'm going to try and blow through this fairly fast because I know a lot of you guys don't want to sit here and watch YouTube all day. So let's just get down to it. So I'm looking into ASIC miners. I'm feeling like I want to get an ASIC miners. There's going to be some profitability there, especially into the next bull run. But I don't know what to get, so maybe you guys can help me out in this, as well as right now the worst time to actually buy an ASIC. And I think that might actually be the case. So what I'm looking at here is, first we got to figure out is what is the best website to use when it comes to ASIC profitability. We got ASIC miner value here, and we have Mine the ASIC. Now Mine the ASIC is telling us we're going to make $12.91 per day at 11 cents per kilowatt hour, where Mine the ASIC miner value here is telling us $17.10 per day. So you can see it's a little bit different here. So I wanted to go which one is more accurate, and I quickly went in, did all the network updates, current pricing, network hash rates, and so on, and it looks like after power, an L7, for example, 9.5 gigahash version is $23 if you had free power, or $14.04 at 11 cents per kilowatt hour, putting Mine the ASIC the closest to it. They are both off, obviously, which is why you shouldn't use these for 100% accurate numbers, because they are going to be off a bit. It's best to do your own spreadsheet, kind of like what I just did there. So we know the most profitable miner is the L7. Now the K7 and K3 came out a little while ago, but because there are such huge performance boosts above any other miner that was online, the more that went on drastically killed those coins. So those are no longer the top profitable coins or miners, I guess. They are in the top 10. Now if Cadena or CKB do pump in the next bull run, these will turn into very profitable miners. But right now we're looking for something that's kind of secure. I don't know, have much faith in Cadena really pumping again. It might not. It's a huge gamble. So it's on you. Do your own research. If you're a believer of Cadena, then obviously you'll probably want a KA3. But the most stable miners out there is in fact Script. We have L3 pluses and everything still online, depending on your power price, and people are picking them up for cheap and so on. So, you know, Script is a very good algorithm. If you're unfamiliar with Script, that is merge mining Litecoin as well as Dogecoin. Now, the majority of all the profits is coming from Dogecoin. So even the Litecoin halving that is coming up very, very soon isn't really going to affect the profitability that much. You're not really going to notice it. It might drop your profitability down by $1 or $2, but the majority of your profitability is still going to be there even after the Litecoin halving. So for stability, you know, and stuff, it does look like the Script and an L7 would be a best case, but there's a lot of rumors floating out there right now, and I feel we're going to see some new miners, which means this is probably the worst time to get an ASIC miner. One for the Script algorithm, the other for the Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has a halving coming in. Now Bitcoin is going to be probably the most stable ASIC you could possibly ever buy due to the fact that it's Bitcoin and it can support so much hash rate. People are building Bitcoin farms like crazy, but it's still a little profitable even for the home miner. Now you need 3-phase for this. I think the XP would be more up our alley. Here we have the 140 terahash version, and you can get like the fruit kits there, and it drops your noise down to like 0 and saves you a little bit of power in theory. So I'm trying to get my hands on actually one of these. I might be buying myself maybe the S19 XP, but I'm still up in the air on actually what I want to get. But we are profitable even on Bitcoin in this bear market with one of those as some nice stable ASIC income. But back to the Scripts here for now. We have rumors flying that the L9 may be coming. Now, Bitmain has not announced anything. We do have Badgerland Crypto here, you know, some weird animal website that's most likely 150% scam, but they're saying an L9 16.2 gigahash at 3258 watts, which could be around where we do see the L9. I think we might have a little more hash rate, but it's hard to say. But this is 100% scam until Bitmain actually says something themselves on their Twitter or something. No other website, I don't care how credible that website is most likely not accurate. Bitmain is very closed lips and they're very hard to leak. But, you know, leaks do happen. But until we actually see something from Bitmain, I would say everything else is a scam. Which then leads me into, we have Hashblades. There's a huge rumor mill in the Hashblades. Are they coming? The crypto conference is happening. What is it? The Disrupt to Miami or whatever it's called, or whatever it's happening. It's happening in July, I believe. And we're going to see a lot of hardware. So what we could see here is The rumors of the L9, maybe Bitmain could showcase it there or something. If the hash blade becomes a thing, we could see a fast tracked or even the L9 itself drop on us. I don't expect the L9 to hit until next year, but again, if the hash blade does drop this year, we will see Bitmain answer and try to drop something probably sooner to get everybody's money. But I do feel the hash blade is probably going to be the most efficient and best script miner you could possibly buy if it actually turns out legit. There's also a rumor mill of JazzMiner coming out with a script miner as well, which is supposed to be 5 times more efficient than the best L7. If we go 5 times, that's about on par with Hashblade type of numbers here, which makes JazzMiner coming in also. That is one company that Bitmain has never really been able to compete with, JazzMiner. They have the best Ethash and ETC miners out there for efficiencies. They're the most efficient hardware. In my mind, efficiency is the #1 thing to look for in any miner. You might think, oh, right now it doesn't really matter, but as hash rate picks up in bull runs, the less power you use becomes more and more vital as difficulty and hash rates do pick up. So that kind of sums up the L7 here for the script, is if new miners do emerge, these current L7s will most likely drop in price. Now, unlike GPU markets, where it kind of takes a few months of a delay to hit the bull run and the prices come up, ASIC manufacturers and third-party companies, they're on top of it constantly. So if it becomes profitable today, tomorrow the prices could double. So that's the one issue we have with ASICs, is they're on top of their pricing and things are cheap now. Now, if new script miners come out, we could see them hit cheaper because we aren't expecting the bull run until sometimes end of second quarter, beginning of third quarter next year, which is almost a full 3 to 4 months after the Bitcoin halving. So yeah, we have to kind of keep these numbers and dates in mind when really trying to strategically purchase mining hardware for ourselves. And that's what I'm really up in the air about, is if any of those rumors come true, these will drop in price a lot as long as the market is still down. Now, based on the timeline of everything, the market should still be down when all those other miners do start releasing. So now we move on to, the most stable miner. Now your most stable and probably safest miner that won't become a doorstop is probably a Bitcoin miner. Mining farms are popping up all over the place trying to get on the Bitcoin mining farm. It's the original OG cryptocurrency, and it can just support so much hash rate. It's huge, and it just keeps on growing. It is the Mac Daddy of crypto. So we have 140 terahash, 3010 watts. This is the most efficient Bitcoin miner to date. In about a year's time, this should make $3,000 to $4,000 just prior to the halving, as long as Bitcoin does go up. Remember, I'm trying to count some future pricing in here, as long as it does hit at least 70K. Now, I do believe the next bull run, we're going to see probably 100K plus, 100 to 150K range. A lot of people are expecting more. A lot of people thought it'd hit $1 million a couple months ago. Not happening. But I think 100 to 150K is a rough estimate here. So we will see around 3,000 to 4,000 return on this, depending on the price you can pick up the miner. That's something to look for, and so on. But regardless, it's a nice stable miner, but because the halving is coming, I do expect more miners to emerge that are more efficient. So again, just like what we're seeing with Script, I feel we're going to have to wait till probably the end of the year, just prior to the halving, to really pick up an ASIC miner. Now, if it was last year or the year before, all these miners were kind of just releasing, and it was a good time to get them, but prices were kind of up, and now prices are kind of down. But again, end of this year, I feel we're going to see something probably come out again. Bitcoin mining and other companies are definitely making more and more miners, and everybody wants your money. So we just got to keep an eye on this. So this is what it kind of boils down to, is things are looking pretty good price-wise right now, but by the end of this year, I think new hardware and more efficient hardware is going to be released. And because we're still in a down market, we're going to be getting a lot better hardware and more bangs for our buck, which also would bring all the current miners that we're seeing listed right now cheaper in price. But again, as soon as that bull run and prices start moving up, we're going to run into issues where ASIC prices are going to skyrocket, and you can literally ROI probably every ASIC on this list without even mining on it, just by reselling it in the next bull run. So that's another thing to kind of keep in the back of your mind as well. But there we have it. All right, so let me know your guys' thoughts on this. This is me kind of looking at things because I do want to go out and buy myself an ASIC, and I really feel it's a rough time right now because at the end of the year, I'll probably have a lot better idea of what to actually get. But looking right now, it's very tempting on what to purchase. Obviously, the L7 is the most profitable. I probably would run on that one, but I think it's going to get a lot cheaper soon. And then most for stability, I want a Bitcoin miner. Like, you can't really call yourself a miner if you're not mining Bitcoin, right? So yeah, you can use unminable and auto swap, but unless you have an official Bitcoin miner, I feel like I'm just, I'm just pretending. I'm just joking, guys. Anyway, regardless, thank you for checking this out. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this whole situation down in the comment section below. I'll see you on the next one. Smash them links. Rabid out.